Alright, this is me honoring the request of another viewer of mine, Comic Book Fan 1234, who suggested that I do Gorilla Grodd. So let's get underway with this. Okay, Gorilla Grodd, he was originally a regular gorilla living in an African jungle, but one day an alien meteorite actually fell out of the sky and landed on the ground towards him. Grodd and a whole bunch of other gorillas actually gathered around the meteorite, and they sort of gathered around and started touching it a whole lot, and they basically developed up to very high intelligence, far advanced beyond that of regular human beings. They became self-aware and civilized, and they decided to establish a civilization. Grodd, along with his friend Sullivar, actually decided to create a gorilla city, which became one of the most thriving civilizations on the planet. Sullivar was sort of he was sort of a conservative peacekeeper who wanted to ensure peace and tranquility between Gorilla City and all the other nations of the world. Grodd, all he wanted to do was conquer and destroy humanity completely, seeing as how most of his brethren are put in zoos to be watched and viewed and entertained by his fellow gorillas, and he despises that. And so Grodd decides that he would use his telekinetic powers granted to him by the Rock to invent a whole bunch of devices to enhance his powers so that he could destroy humanity completely. And because of this, he often would cross paths with the Flash. In fact, he's probably one of the Flash's most powerful villains ever. I would say that Gorilla Grodd is to the Flash what to Barry Allen what Lex Luthor is to Superman. He is that one villain that has totally tested the hero's might time and time and time again. Grodd has done a lot of really bad things. He's one of the most feared and respected villains in the whole DC universe. Like a whole group of supervillains can't really work that well together most of the time because they don't really agree with each other. But Grodd, he's able to actually get them to actually discipline them and get them, in gear, simply because he's very influential. And another reason why he's so influential is because that he developed a sort of technology that sort of makes everybody around him just sort of love him and praise him a whole bunch and walk up and bow down to him or shake his hand. He developed a technology that makes him way more likable, and whenever he first encounters Barry Allen, Grodd's friend Sullivar actually contacts Barry Allen via telekinesis, and he's actually managed to protect Barry from Grodd's seductive powers so that Barry can actually defeat Grodd. Grodd's done a whole lot of other bad things. He's actually one of the founding members, I believe, of the Secret Society of Supervillains, or maybe not. If not the founding member, he's one of the more prominent members. He's very capable of leading any team of supervillain against any group of superheroes. Not to mention that if he's not only the Flash's arch enemy, but he also created one of the Reverse Flashes, Zoom, who was formerly Hunter Zolomon. So, Grodd and the Flash, they have a lot of beef and hatred toward each other. Grodd is simply a fantastic character. He's simply a fantastic villain. Like, he can unite any group of supervillains together to take on any group of superheroes. And he can do it, and And most of the time, he would come out victorious because he's not only a great leader, he's also a great strategist. He's very manipulative. Um, he's very seductive. He's very manipulative, and he'll even involuntarily he'll disguise himself as a human in another human body that he himself grew by the name of William Dawson to sort of influence other heroes into doing something that would help out a really big total grand scheme of his. And it's this trait of Grodd makes him such a that makes him such a bastard. Like, the reason why Grodd is such an awesome villain is because he's one of those villains that I just absolutely hate and despise on a personal level. Because, like, I can't stand people in real life who are so manipulative and they just cause shit to happen and they just sit back and they just watch it happen with a smirk on their face. That's how Grodd is. He's a mastermind. And that side of Grodd has been very faithfully portrayed in pretty much almost any animated movie or cartoon incarnation of Grodd that I've seen. But yeah, boy, I'm getting pretty long ahead in the video. Gorilla Grodd, fantastic villain. Be sure to leave a comment telling me who you guys want me to talk about next. Alright, later.